Once I see it, then we can start.
The phone.
Alright, it's in commercial now. Alright, so we are Gucci. Alright, let me start now. Alright, guys, welcome to Hear Me Out, episode 13, Gaming Revival. This is your streaming host, Mugen Katsuki, alongside with the co-founder of Hear Me Out, T-Risk. Sorry for the delay or technical issues of yesterday of releasing this episode. This is supposed to be a Wednesday thing, not a Thursday thing. And we're not pointing fingers at nobody, but certain things happen and it just couldn't happen yesterday. So we're bringing to you today. So this is supposed to be Wednesday's episode, but again, this is just like a rare occasion that this will happen. Normally it will never happen on a Thursday.
This is what, the second time, I believe?
Second time within 13 weeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, without any further delay, I will give you guys T-Risk to lead into the topics, and we'll start.
Alright, everyone, this is Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out is a bit of a different show compared to Saturday's podcast. We just talk about regular topics during the week, some topics that we couldn't get to on Saturdays, things like that. And mainly it is a community event, so I want you guys in the comment section to be talking amongst yourselves, talk to us, and if you're on YouTube, leave comments as well. It's all helpful in the long run, especially if you have something that you want us to talk about. Now, also, this is brought to you by Fullscreen as well. So yeah, shout out to them. Now let's get started. This week we have Street Fighter V beta. That happened. I personally didn't get a chance to play on it because, well, it's a PC thing. It's going to be easier to do on PC. But Alex did, and so did Nelson. Now I don't have Alex, but I have Nelson here to talk to us about that. So Nelson, I want to hear you on this. How was the beta for you? Any changes?
Well, this is the thing. I played it when the beta first came out, day one, and everyone was test driving it to see how it was for them. Apparently, I did not have a good experience with the beta. As I predicted, they botched it really bad. It didn't take a long time to download. It didn't really
It's about 9 gigs, right?
8.6 to be exact, I believe. Yeah, 8.6
Okay.
gigs. And
Not exactly off the mark. All right.
no, but again, you're going into it, right? And I'm like, okay, it's the same loading screen. It's telling you like what new features you are able to have, so on and so forth. So I tried out doing the CFN because to me that's important. So I checked it, and it's actually really improved. Tells you when people are online. You can follow certain people. You could get invites and friends requests from people, and it will tell you on screen when you get a message. I think that's pretty legit. Unfortunately, they do not have Unrec Senpai. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate that. It was not as what I suspected with certain things because training mode was not featured. So this was an online only beta, so you only had ranked, casual, and battle lounge. I made my attempt in playing ranked. It took about 4 or 5 minutes to find a match, and when I did, it went by too quickly to the point where I was like, damn, I'm bored now. I did the same thing for casual matches, and I got nobody. I did battle lounge, and battle lounge seems to be the fastest way to connect to people. Now, the issue is Battle Lounge has been having some connectivity issues when you're getting paired up with people. And I was playing my matches perfectly fine, but certain people couldn't connect. I don't know if it was a network issue or whatever. The game does load a bit faster from what I've seen. The character select screen is a little bit shrunken, so it could fit more characters. They added new stages where they're like whited out at the moment, so you'll be seeing some new stages added on probably when the actual update comes out.
Yes, yeah, still waiting for the Bison stage.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
a
people.
2-1.
A lot of people's waiting for that. Another one of my issues with it is that the netcode has not changed. I would have liked to seen an improvement in the netcode. It might have been improved as of today because now people could play it freely throughout, the 3rd of April with zero excuses, and then it won't be shutting down. So if you play it now, it should be like up to par. Um, let's see. You want to listen to the game. Well, the thing is, I can't put the volume on for the game because one, that's gonna give us a copyright issue, and someone's already talking as it is, so that would just cause confusion.
Right.
So the
This video you can actually watch it on our YouTube channel below if
yeah,
you
if
if you
you
wish to later.
yeah, if you wish to later, you can find this on YouTube as the most recent upload, but I cannot do that for copyright sake. And this is not a live video. This is a pre-rendered YouTube video. And I guess to finish it off, yeah, I just had a horrible experience. The netcode was like shit. It has not changed. It probably got worse, if anything. The changes for the characters were there. So like Zangief's 3 new moves were there. Dhalsim's new low is there. Cammy's air grab animation is different. Ryu's crouching fierce. Some of the little tweaks of frame data has been implemented in there. And Matt, I have to admit, do love listening to you guys talking. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cool, cool,
Thank
cool.
you.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So me personally, after that day, the first day that I played the beta, I legitly deleted it right after. So I will no longer be playing the beta until the actual update comes out within a few weeks. So I'm not really stressing it. I'm not fiended out because it still lacks input delay. It still lacks better netcode, and I want my other characters. Where's the other characters at?
Well, they're coming soon. Apparently, they might be coming next month, at least.
I
For
hope.
what might be the platform Capcom is using right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like believe me, I would love to hear about characters come within a week, and then see the character week by week show up, and then
Right.
eventually get a chance to buy them all. So I was like, can't wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it's going to be done. We have to see the past, we have the silhouettes, and Capcom loves doing this sort of tease. They've been doing it for years, and it seems like it's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's just your personal experience with this.
Correct.
I watched Vespa Arcade's version of that, and he's kind of said like generally the same thing, where some things kind of felt like they changed compared to like when he's fighting with his friend in Europe or fighting with his friend in Japan. But it's not extremely noticeable. Like, okay, this is going to help me like play against this friend all the time. Now we can actually play and have a general reasonable good time more often than not.
Right.
It was just like, yeah, well, okay, it's less frame skippy, but it's still skippy frames.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on with that, he did mention a few things about that beta that not a lot of the people have been talking about, and that is when it comes to 2 of the stages so far. I don't know if he made more videos about it, but you should keep that in mind for anyone that's listening. He's good at finding these little hidden secrets about like the game itself, as well as really good at explaining things about the game. So if you're anyone interested in Street Fighter to some level of degree, you might want to subscribe to him. He mentioned that the Guile stage got an update, and so did the Kanzuki Beach stage.
Interesting. I did hear about the breaking boxes in the Guile stage, which is bringing back a retro classic feel to when you get hit in the corner, the boxes do break.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about the Kanzuki stage though.
He just put that up today. The
Ah.
Guile stage has more to it than that, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's a truck in the background that actually moves. It's
Nice.
the hangar. The two of the people, the guy and the girl on the far right,
Mm-hmm.
they actually have like a small animation going before they actually start standing there to do the classic pose.
All right.
Uh, Characters actually fall over now when there's a hard hit or a throw.
Okay, so it's more interactive now.
Right.
Okay.
By round two, one of the guys is actually going into a cockpit for the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and there are planes flying in the background. So
Oh,
there's a
that's
lot going
sick.
on in that stage that makes you realize there is a lot to this game that still isn't done.
Yeah, that's
I,
good.
I thought the only thing they was going to do with that stage is going to add the boxes if they were ever going to do something like that. But that is a whole different thing altogether. And for the Kazuki Beach stage, uh, there is some slight changes to it. Not on the level of the Guile stage. There's a boat that floats in the distance now.
Right.
Birds actually fly off in the distance. Um, a hard hit by the characters that are the rival school characters. I forgot their name. And Hirata, I believe.
You have Hinata and I think Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany. Okay. Um, Tiffany does cheerleading, and Hirata like does cartwheels, like to evade the throw or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So like that's their thing. And on the other side, the girls that are from Street Fighter 3, I believe they were the time over girls,
Yeah, the time the how would you call that?
the card girls.
Yeah, the card girls. Yeah.
Yeah, they fall over, but the more interesting thing about that is they actually retain their role. So if you have a time over, they will have pictures that they hold up in their old poses,
Oh, that's sick.
and they have a picture of whoever won.
Oh, that is sick.
So all four of them do their specific pose,
Yeah.
and they all have a picture, just hold it up.
That is sick. I see.
So
I little shit like that is interesting to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I had a little debate yesterday in chat when this video aired, and I was stating my opinion. Like, I don't really like the way how the game is going in its direction because it seems stale and stuff like that. But the gameplay is one thing, but the background, that's a whole nother
yeah,
fucking thing. Like, the
yeah,
interactive with the backgrounds is like has to be on point.
right. I know a lot of people was saying okay, KOF looks,
Mm-hmm.
but every single stage in KOF is 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one, and there's also like for me visually, if everything is not the same speed, it is distracting. That distracts me.
Mm-hmm.
Not other voices around or whatnot. Audio stuff and visual stuff distract me. So if the stage is not running at the same speed as the characters are, there's a problem.
Oh, okay.
And and like for Street Fighter, like most of the stages, they have what I think is like variable frame rate because certain things are 60 and other things about the stage is 30.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stage for the Chinatown stage, Bustle Side Street. The when you hit the the signs, those are 60. The two guys on the bus, they're 60. All the other stuff in the background, that's 30.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? Why is the stage optimized? And it's not just one stage. It is several stages in this game where some things are 60, some things are 30, or everything is 30. So
Yeah.
Capcom gotta like re-optimize that game. And I would rather full on optimization of your product and have lower resolution, lower specs, than for you to be throwing out a product that looks so nice, so crisp, so clear, and it runs like crap.
Yeah, that's something
And
that you would not want.
yeah, and of course, people are gonna probably tell me, "Well, you're not a pro player. Like this shouldn't be bothering you." You're right. It shouldn't be bothering me, but I love presentation of everything that is gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So, like my top love is music. So if things are not on point, then your product should be out. And I don't know what it is. Like the optimization's bad. Uh, some stages are super loud, louder than they should be. The Kuma stage runs poorly on certain graphics cards, and for a time, like for me, like on PlayStation, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it'll play good, sometimes it'll play bad.
It's depending on the netcode of the fight as well. It's not 110%. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be
Hmm
110% because I do realize a lot of people do have issues with that level. I currently played on PC, and I can tell you right off the bat that I have zero issues playing the level when I'm doing like training and stuff like that. But
hmm
if I'm fighting online and the net code is not up to par, then it would cause delay issues or even like frame rate issues within the background to make it slow down. So it's more of the performance of the machine, and the for the PlayStation side is more of the performance of the netcode.
Well, this is well not to get off track, but this is footage of the beta right now, so you might see some things that happen, like the characters falling over.
Yeah, I saw one of the girls just fell. Actually, another one just fell just now.
Right.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, so they did update the stages to a degree, and like, look, the birds flying over the distance. So there's there's things that they're working on still, and it shouldn't be a problem because for those that don't know, like the person doing the stages is not the guy doing the characters or doing the patchwork for balancing. It's a totally different person.
Mm-hmm.
So let people do their job.
Yeah, of course. That's why I would have it all the time. But as far as I know, there's no stage transitioning within this level to like get hit and you get hit by like a whale or something like that, or you get hit to the
No, no,
left and
nothing like that.
that's gay. Come on.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
love
Wait
that.
for season three.
Yeah. No, I want it now.
Of course, I would love to have it now. Are you kidding me?
Oh
I
man.
thought like it was a waste of time. Like you should have just took out the feature of stage transitions altogether if you're just gonna play in one stage at first.
Mm-hmm.
It was stupid, but it's whatever. Most of the stages have them now. I thought uh Guile stage was gonna have it, but it turns out it didn't. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe these DLC stages are taking a pass on that for now. Because I would love for the Ring of Destiny, despite never like buying it, I would love to like throw someone out the ring and now we're fighting outside.
Yeah, of course, of course. I would like that as well.
Okay, so that's just the things that Vesper found. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff later down the line. Maybe other people have found things that I just haven't seen their videos yet, but that's what I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, moving on. I don't think you have anything else to say about.
Uh, Personally, no, I don't because I'm not really a fan of doing betas anymore because of the fact that they subject betas sometimes to specific privileged people. They know who they are, whether if it's testers, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, so on and so forth. So I honestly don't care about this beta. The beta is almost over by what April 3rd, which is right around the fucking corner. Like, I really have no care in the world for it right now. I could just wait for the actual beta to take into, like, full effect within the actual game so I don't have to have two pieces of software and eating up my computer space.
Okay, okay. So, let's move on to the next topic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was back to fighting games, the KOF trailers. Now, I'm every time, like literally, people, I was going to talk about it from character to character. I missed out on Yamazaki. He took forever to show up when I tried that stream. We streamed for like what 2 hours, and his video never went up.
Yeah, it came on later
So
that day.
yeah, he came on literally 15 minutes after we were done.
Yeah, that was pretty
So
ridiculous.
that's what happened. And for Vanessa, we just kind of missed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And here I was going to talk about the Rock Howard leak and how I saw that picture, and turns out that that leak was real. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it was the same guy that leaked Yamazaki and Vanessa, but if it was, well, that's that. I'm going to admit, I thought that leak was a stretch, mostly because I kept seeing that picture of all the characters since the Whip trailer, and in Rock's place was Shingo doing one of his actual animations from his sprite work,
Mm-hmm.
and I have never ever seen any art or any sprites of Rock Howard doing that pose. Have you?
No, that's a brand new pose.
Right. And I've seen that pixel art and about 2 to 3 different pictures of Shingo doing that pose. So I
Right.
thought, well, it has to be him.
Right, they probably did that on an intentional purpose to throw him off. Or this is just my assumption. I doubt they could be that quick on the draw. They probably did intend to put Shingo in the game, but a lot of people made a huge ruse for Rock Howard to come. They probably just said, you know what, fuck Shingo, put Rock Howard. That could be it. Or they could have just used Shingo's silhouette just to throw fucking people off.
Well, it worked for me. Safe to say, shouts to that guy whoever made that picture. 3 for 4 is not bad. Three
Yeah.
for 4 is definitely not bad, and you got it.
That,
So
that was
go
pretty.
ahead.
That was pretty sick when his trailer dropped. Rock Howard's trailer dropped that day, and I have to say, for him to be rendered for the third time in 3D, he looks pretty legit in this one. Like legit.
Yeah, what is it? The PlayStation blog spoke
Mm-hmm.
about him, and pretty much he is the love letter to their fans, especially the Mark of the Wolves fans.
Mm-hmm.
They said look out for a lot of his animations. You will see a lot of love and attention done to them, and I can tell from the way he does his crack counter. I think it's called counter
Yeah.
crack or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
His the way his jacket and his shirt changes in that animation is on point to the way it did in the actual game itself, like the actual Walk of the Wolves game.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to see his actual idle animation of how his jacket moves,
Right.
because that is something that they did do to Kim. And for me, I think Kim's folds for his animations are some of the best animations I've ever seen.
Right. Oof. Yeah.
Well, back in the
his-
day, but it doesn't do it now, obviously.
Yeah, but it was definitely interesting how they came out. It was like, we're gonna pull out the big guns for the last character reveal, and when Rock got introduced, people was going crazy on Twitter, crazy on Facebook, crazy on YouTube, and he just retains like literally about, I would say for now, 90% of his original animations for Mark of the Wolves, including like his Neo Deadly Rave, which is his Neo Max move,
Mm-hmm.
which I find fucking crazy. He still has his counter. He still has the command throw that he shoots the blast. He has the double throw. So
If anybody has been watching the trailers since launch, the way that they did the counters are in the same way that they did it for Geese.
Mm-hmm.
I had to actually check on that because I could have sworn like they did that for Geese already, and it turns out they did.
Yeah.
So that was a fun little nod that they did that I really enjoyed.
Right. Now, I would have to ask this question because a lot of people's been saying that for like quite some time. Now, since you've seen all four characters of the DLC reveal, and the DLC is coming out, I think either on the 4th or the 5th of April, if I'm not mistaken. But
Right.
out of the four characters, which character you think was like the least like tailored to? Because in my opinion, I feel that Whip could have been better in her super animation for her level 3. On the other hand, Yamazaki, Vanessa, and Rock Howard has ridiculous fucking level 3 animations.
Yeah, like the amount of attention and love to Yamazaki's is
Mm-hmm.
very very cool. I like that. Uh, the fact that they got for Vanessa, her own is her Infinite from 2000,
Yes.
and that being a thing, I haven't seen since the crossover games for like Namco x Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of love and attention to like a thing is not commonly done,
Yeah.
and that being the thing is really cool. And on the other side, you have Rock Howard and his with it's not just his Rage and Storm or his Neo Deadly Rave, but it's just the amount of attention tailored to him, and the fact that uh all those poses that he does, because it seems like from a lot of the comments I've seen on his trailer, yeah, they kind of look like JoJo poses. But on the other hand, SNK loves JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
So and with a lot of the parallels of his role to a specific chapter of JoJo, seems like a very appealing perfection to
Mm-hmm.
why he does like certain poses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same pose he did for his Neo Deadly Rave anyway. It's just a bit more exaggerated.
Yeah, it's just slightly bit more exaggerated. But that shit was hilarious. People was like, "Oh shit, he's doing the JoJo pose!" Like, yo, that was fucking hype. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking jumped out of my seat when I saw that shit.
Yeah, yeah. I admit I haven't been excited for a trail like that since the Smash Bros. Trailer for Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably just because I'm such a huge fan of Mega Man.
Right.
But that trailer, like, despite not really caring about King of Fighters, despite caring even less about Fatal Fury and Mark of the Wolves, I was hyped for the fans that actually know of the series, love the series, played the series.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know this is something that they definitely wanted. And despite understanding why he was never in a KOF game other than the Maximum Impact ones, I can understand that they were so happy that he was picked.
Mm-hmm.
Because, sure, Shingo would be nice to have, but we already have Kyo. And I would say a character like Shingo is enough toward the later, when pretty much everybody in the game that is like really desired right now is already out.
Right.
But yeah, going back to Whip, I've seen a lot of people like just do memes and whatnot with the pictures of Whip, of like how insane she looks at sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Maybe one of her supers should have been the gun.
Could have
Or
been,
maybe,
but
or maybe one of her moves in general or something.
yeah. But the thing that bothers me is that her two regular specials are on point with how she is in the game. but her level 3 is what's lacking. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, that was your first character reveal. That should have took more of its time. But yet, you showed Yamazaki, you showed Vanessa, you showed Rock Howard. All their level 3s are fucking godlike. They're ridiculous. But hers is just like, oh, she just hits you. She goes up in the air. She throws the thing. That's it.
Yeah. Wait, did they show off her full Neo Climax? Whatever it's called?
Yeah. It's lacking, bro. It's not.
Okay, because like I know a lot of people. That's is lacking too until they realize what it was.
Man, that shit was not lacking. Bullshit. Her shit was on point.
Yeah, because like people were saying, oh, how many times have we seen the angle of like rapid hits and such like that? Boy, you don't understand how much camera work is in that.
Mm-hmm.
It has little to do. Like that part of it is like 5% of what's actually going on with the camera work.
Yeah.
There's so many different angles that you're not realizing about. Oh, we've seen this rapid hit thing before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever. Like people will be people, and it's not like, oh, you could do the Ippo what the punch thing that Rolling Thunder. It's not like you could do that again because Dudley already did it.
Yeah.
The Dempsey roll. It's not like you could do that camera angle because Dudley already did it.
Yeah.
And he did shot for shot, so there's no point. You might as well do something that actual fans will know.
That is very true. And it's funny because I had deleted my KOF 14 due to space on the PS4. But now, since this is about to drop, I'm about to download that shit right after this podcast. And I'm going to get it, and I'm just going to just keep it there. So when that DLC drops, it's going to be a day one purchase. I don't know if it's $5 per character.
It seems to be.
Okay, so if it's $5 per character, that's instant like $19.99. So I'm definitely gonna get that because I feel all 4 characters are needed for me to acquire. And just that I won't be playing as much as Whip due to her lack of level 3, unless if they fix it. We'll see. But so far, I know for a fact that Rock and Vanessa will be on my team along with Iori, and I am going to fuck people up in that game. About to be real now.
Yeah, people already decided they're going to do Dad Team.
Oh yeah, Team Dad. Fucking Terry, Geese, and Rock. Oh man.
And meanwhile, like a couple other people. Can we get Adele as well, or Adele Hyde? So that we can have a team of Shule, Rock, and Geese as Team Sons of the Final Boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. If they can put more DLC characters. Because the thing is, the game is not limited to how many characters can fit in the game now. They have it to where they can update the game as much as they want.
Yeah, and they have a really simple background. So it's not like anything's going to be distorted.
No, it's not. It's not at all. But my thing is, though, that they have a lot of room to make this game what it's supposed to be. Just keep fixing the netcode. I haven't played the game online, period. So I really don't know how the netcode is now. I've been hearing they made, like, probably more than 8 updates to the game already. So they're taking shit a little bit serious when it comes to, like, improving its net play quality. The only thing you gotta do is just give me that. Play with my friends online, choose my good favorite characters. We all good after that. But if the netcode is still lacking, I'll still get it and I'll play local play, but online will be a nice thing.
You can always just check beforehand and like see how the online's doing and then buy the characters if you're satisfied with it.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that as well, but I still want the characters because I haven't played with Vanessa. Whew. It's been a long time since I haven't played with Vanessa. A long time. Like, that used to be my character. Like, I would go in and just hit you with the combo, hit you up, scoot. Oh, my goodness. That character was Her, it was her, Iori, and Kay at one point that my team was, and then it switched from Vanessa to Andy, and then there was a toss up between that dude I was telling you about. I can't remember his fucking name for the life of me right now. I think it has to be starting with a J.
Jaehoon?
No, isn't that one of his sons? Kim's sons? No, not Kim's sons.
Junho? What was
it was probably a dude with white hair.
White hair. He's another Taekwondo practitioner.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, and like Don. It's like Don something.
So him, I would switch from, or it will be like some random obscure character I just try to learn, like fucking Chow, or some shit like that.
Okay. So, of the 4 characters, which one would you say is your you're most interested in?
As of right now, I'm very interested in Vanessa, because the reason why I'm not interested in Rock Howard like everyone else is because I have all the games he's featured in. So I already played him more than enough times. With Vanessa wasn't really in as many Kings of Fighters games as I would like her to be.
Okay.
So it's not, it's not a bad thing. I'm still gonna play every character until its fucking fullest. But my most picked, I would have to say Vanessa. I'm very intrigued, and how she's gonna be playing regular.
Okay. For me, yeah, it would probably be Vanessa or Whip. Because I did enjoy playing Whip when I was doing a little bit of practice before the characters came out.
Right.
And as for Vanessa, I love that character. I've always enjoyed her look. She was one of the characters that I actually knew about back in the day. It's just that if she's as fast as she was before, my hands are not going to keep up.
Right, I understand.
Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, since we have actually covered this. We have here from Tyler Stevenson from episode 12. What fighting games do you want to see revived? And his example was World Heroes. Now, I'm going to extend this topic as to just what game in general do you want to see revived?
In the sense of fighting games first, I would love to see revived, to be back on the market, Breaker's Revenge. I want to see that game come back.
That was mine.
I want to see that game come back. I don't give a flying shit. Bring that game back, whether if it's its original game with online. Bring it back. Also, all of the Versus series, not no bullshit. Oh, Marvel superheroes and fucking Marvel versus Capcom. No, I want X-Men Children of the Atom. I want X-Men versus Street Fighter. Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. I want all of the Versus games, including Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Bring
on disc, please.
Yeah, on disc or even digital for me, because I don't really give a shit. But
no. The only reason why I'm not saying digital is because you see that crap with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and like how they just lost the license and now it's gone.
Well, if I
want people to experience those games in general, not just like, oh, it's here today and gone tomorrow and it's never going to be seen again.
Well, again, if you downloaded it, you can still get it if it's on your download list. That's whatever. But if it's a disc, that's fine. I mean, the game is not going to be that big, so that's why I'm like, it's really whatever. But I would like to see those fighting games. I would probably like to see Bloody Roar. Bring that back. I haven't seen that since the GameCube version. Primal Fury, I think. What's another fighting game? Power Stone. Another Rival Schools. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of people are iffy about that, but you know what? Let's just throw it in there. Darkstalkers. I want to see another Darkstalkers come out. They made plans for it. Never happened. Probably you should look into that, Capcom. Might get some fans for that.
what is okay? So this topic, like, even though I don't particularly care about the series,
Mm-hmm.
but if anybody that cares about it, which is Eternal Champions,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to go on Shoryuken to vote. The
Mm-hmm.
creator is actually there on the forums, and he
Mm-hmm.
asks people, "Do you still want to play this? Like, do you want a new one?" It's not going to have all the same characters because of story reasons or legal reasons, or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
he wants to make a new game. So if you hear this and you like Eternal Champions, you want it to come back, well, there's your chance. You don't actually have to sign up for the forums. You could just vote from the link, which I did.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah. In fact, maybe after this podcast, I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, I definitely applied for that. I was like, might as well. I mean, if you're hinting at an idea, fucking do it. I don't have no issues with that. Um, Now, if we're talking about games in general, that's a whole nother story. Because then my dumb ass is gonna be like, "Oh, I want Xenogears. I want Legend of Dragoon. I want Legend of Legaia." I can go on
I
of
just
games
want,
I want.
series to come back.
Yeah,
Eventually, like, just all of them. Just give me Xenogears, give me Xenosaga. I want another Xenoblade X.
I can go on and on and on about what games I want. But in the terms of fighting games, the ones that I already had mentioned, let's see, what's another game that I would like to see
Class
be?
Sword?
Oh yeah. That would be in a better render. That would be pretty sick to fucking look at.
Yeah. I want Virtual Fighter to come back.
Virtual Fighter. I don't know if Sega is gonna take part in doing something like that again. I hope they can, but that's just something we have to wait and excuse me, find out. What's another fighter that I would love to fucking have brought back?
A new Art Fighting, a new Fatal Fury.
Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury. I would like for them to bring some.
Samurai Showdown.
Ooh, yeah, that's. Hmm.
They say they want to do it.
Samurai Showdown would be kind of sick. I would like some, like, games that never came out to console to come out for console now, like Rumblefish 2.
Mm.
Bring that out, whether if you're revamping it or keeping the same preserve classic graphics and shit like that with slight touch ups. There's so many games out there, man. I can't really sit there and pick and be choosy. World Karate Championships link, okay, that's another one.
Yeah, I've mentioned before. I think this topic already came up, perhaps more than once. I mentioned before. I want Fire's Destiny to come back.
Yeah, you did.
That's a very unique fighting game, and I love its format.
Yeah.
If that came back with like a sort of esports thing going for it, it would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Um.
I want what's it called? Urban Champion, I think it's called, alias.
Yeah.
I want that to come back as like a full fledged fighting game. And it's like kind of like gritty. Maybe something like what is it called? Def Jam. I would love Def Jam to come back as well.
Right. That's true. That would be pretty legit.
I just want rapper game in general to like have. I want to be able to fight like as the ghost of Tupac or something.
Right. World Karate Championship. Now, see, try to fulfill my memory, if anything, Slink. I don't know if you know this. Has anyone in this chat seen Bloodsport? If you if you've seen Bloodsport, is that the game that they're playing on the arcade machine? Or is that something else? Because I know that game did come out for console. It is? Oh no, yes to the movie. Okay, never mind. But if that's the name of the game that's in that movie, yo, I want that shit to come out. Cause that shit was mad unique where you have to basically, yeah, you think it is? Oh man. That was a very rare game that had a knob where you had to input the direction. So if you do like a quarter circle forward, that's a roundhouse in the game. And if you do forward twice, that's a dash. If you just hold it, you'll walk. There will be, I think, one button for the game so you can punch or kick and stuff like that. Yo, that game was so technical as fuck. Like, yo, I would love to have that game. Yeah, but I guess that's it for now because I don't want to go off on a fucking tangent.
Okay. For me, I love my racing games, so I want another Rush title. I want another Rush 2049. I love that game so much. Like that is one of my all-time favorite races. I want Need for Speed to come back the way it used to. Not the crazy sort of way that they're trying to merge it with the Burnout physics and whatnot. None of that. I want Burnout to come back with its original physics. As much as like people love Paradise, Burnout Paradise, I believe it's called. I didn't like it too much. Maybe it's just I don't really like the open world genre for racing games when they no longer have tracks. But that's just me. I want Virtua Fighter to come back. I want Virtual On to come back as well. If you've never played it, if you never heard about it, you ought to look at it. And if not, like, look at one of the Gundam Versus titles, because that's basically it as well. Just with different mechanics, different rule sets involved. That sort of thing. I want another Mysterious Murasame Castle, in the same vein of like what they did with Breath of the Wild, or even with Team Ninja on the case, or Platinum, since they said they definitely wanted to do it. That. And in terms of fighters, I wanted Breaker's Revenge to come back. That game was so like fun. I love the moves of the characters. I love the character designs, despite the fact that they're very 80s now. But that's fine with me. I don't mind that style.
It was a fun fucking game.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's surprisingly a lot more lenient than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I like about the game is that everything is either like a 1 to 2 frame link if you're like really good at making your own combos and shit. So I liked that portion about the game. And you can also super cancel. Oh man, that game.
It had a lot of things that games now are just finding out.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I always will treasure the retro past of fighters because they had so much tech. Probably the only kid that liked it though. You want a 3D Bionic Commando?
I feel like he's joking. The guy I was thinking of is Jian Hoon.
Ah.
Okay. So yeah, his name is very similar to. Okay.
So
like
what
three Bionic Commando. The only one that liked it though. I like the multiplayer of it.
Yeah.
That multiplayer was something different that is not done now. Other than that, shoot, what is that? What is that game now that has a bionic arm, gravity thing going on for it?
The game.
It's a first person shooter. That's the problem.
Oh, well, now
Lawbreakers, I think it's called.
Yeah, you lost me right there. Then
I think it's Lawbreakers.
Take Rad Spencer from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Okay.
Okay, give me more than that because I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, that that one.
Sprite.
Okay. Not my favorite character design, but it was fine.
He was a good character to play with though in the game.
Yeah, as many people now realized eventually.
Yeah, he's mad technical. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Marvel. Like, just take one, just take the time to learn a character, and now everybody realizes how good they are.
Yeah, you're right. Now, from what I'm looking at here, we covered all the topic bases. I'm not sure if you want to talk or discuss about anything of the topics as a general whole, or find something
No,
else to discuss because.
we do have one last topic, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes from Denny Von Doom.
Okay.
He inspired me about this topic. It
Okay.
was during your burnout session.
Yes.
Yeah, he asked what happened to local multiplayer, and
Oof. Hmm.
yeah, what happened to local multiplayer? Why is it gone, or why is it DLC?
Now, if we're talking about in the sense of racing games,
No,
I don't.
in general,
Oh.
like what happened to local multiplayer in anything? Like the only games now that have local multiplayer are the ones that started with it, like Call of Duty. It
Mm-hmm.
still has local multiplayer. Uh, Halo is now going to get local multiplayer back in its next one, which is kind of upsetting that it was gone in that one particular.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, right now we live in a new age where everything's over the internet, and people either got lazy, and they confined to just playing with friends online as multiplayer. Not many people have that sense of mindset, like like me or possibly you, where we'll go over to our friend's house and still play local play games, and shit like that. And plus, with the games that are being made now, it's kind of hard to do split screen games because it takes away the ratio. And a lot of games, if you haven't noticed, they have yet to fix the ratio balancing when it comes to split screen local play. It's always so weird. It's either will be a horizontal or a vertical cut, and it would look super stretched or super shrunk.
Yeah, two games I think of when it comes to that is Resident Evil 5
Oh yeah.
and Lost Planet 2.
Yep.
Those are horrendous. Like, I thought the Resident Evil 5 one was bad, but Lost Planets is even worse.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously shit. And the thing is, now you have to have a huge ass fucking TV for people to be able to see what the fuck is going on. It's not like, you can just do that out of the willy nilly now.
Yeah, I have, what? I think it's a 40-inch? And it still looked like crap.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's not gonna make it any fucking better. Like, what they recommend that you do is to get like a projector screen that takes up the entire wall, and then split the ratio like that, and then you'll be able to see like if you was playing on a 32-inch TV for each individual screen. But that's going to like
I
extreme
shouldn't have
measures
to
though.
buy external stuff just to do split screen.
Yeah, but again, that's just like if you're taking it to the extreme. But as
I
of
know, I know.
now,
I'm just saying it for the topic.
yeah, but as of now, it would have to be like, which I don't recommend because a lot of people don't have like that convenience. Bring a console to your friend's house, and if they have a second TV or you have one of those suitcases that I do, which is like the games portable console thing or whatever, you
Hmm.
could do local co-op just like that by doing like a Ethernet LAN or a system link as they used to call it, and you get to play on your own individual screen, but like locally at your local friend's house or whatever. But again, not many people feel safe about doing that now due to people getting robbed or just it convenience like, oh, it's too fucking heavy to be lugging around and yada 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 yada. So it's difficult. Like I would favor for them to do local multiplayer for every game, but they would have to to fix the display ratio so it's evenly displayed on both vertical and horizontal depending on like how they're trying to make that happen.
Right. And I think the thing you were talking about was the Vanguard. Yeah.
Uh, that's one of them. That's one
That's
of the
one.
companies. It's not my
Okay.
thing is not called the Vanguard. That it's another sub company. Um, but games do have its own line. They did do a partnership with Vanguard, which is the one I have for the Street Fighter Five. That's
Okay.
considered the Vanguard thing.
Because that's what I'm looking at here, like the game's Vanguard personal gaming mod and platform.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just oh you play on 55 inch.
55 and shit. That's still too fucking bad. You know, I honestly, I would have rather played on the projector, like I was just mentioning, because you would not struggle.
Yeah, it's a frustrating thing. Like the whole reason for RE5 was oh we don't want to mess with the resolution. You mess with the split screen, so you don't have to mess with the resolution.
Mm-hmm.
I am pretty sure if I am playing multiplayer with a friend, as long as I can see what I'm shooting at, I don't care about the resolution.
Yeah.
I'm playing, I'm talking to my friend, chatting. We just having a fun time joking around. You really think I care about the resolution at that point?
Yeah, that is true. But the thing is, again, a lot of people do strive on quality, which is the type of person I am. And there's a lot of people out there that don't really care about quality because what you see is what you get. But I don't want
As
to.
long as it doesn't look like total crap, but it plays, just as it should.
Yeah,
Like just. I'm not saying like, oh, go to bare minimum and like make everything look super bad to compensate,
yeah,
but there's a fine line where like if you know your graphics can't support this split screen thing, either don't do the split screen thing and never mention it, or like take the time and effort to actually make it look good as much as you can while maintaining the quality for the split screen.
yeah.
That it's like the art of that is gone because games cost so much to make now.
I mean, even if they cost so much to make, it shouldn't matter at all to that point because you could easily just make the add-on extension towards that. It's not really a big deal. But what Slink was saying, like I would rather bring like an extra console, monitor, or even a small television. Again, that's probably due to like your convenience. Not many people have that, luxury to do so. Like me at the moment right now, I have the means of doing it, but it's still a hassle because I don't have a car. Now, if I had a car, on the other hand, that just shits on everything. I'm like, yo, I'm going over the house right now, and I'll be driving in my own convenience. I won't be on the train. I won't be
Well,
on the bus.
it wasn't good for me. Like when I lived in the hood in Brooklyn,
Mm,
trying to walk with my Xbox from the train station to my school, and then to my friend's house later on with that console.
yeah.
It was not good to me, and it's a good thing they already had the extra TVs because I was not bringing a TV.
Yeah, that would have just put more stress. That would be like ridiculous. But again, I don't want to go too far into it with the whole shit, I have to turn that off. With the whole quality thing, there are devices and upscalers out there that you can use to make the split screen more presentable on the screens that you have now. Like with me, I have something called a FrameMeister, and with the FrameMeister, I'm able to change the quality and preserve the picture image, but upscale it correctly with the correct portions, so a split screen can actually be possible on a 48-inch or 50-inch monitor.
All right.
But it's all it again. That's all money now. You're not gonna be getting the shit for like $13, like I try to play myself with, and with $13, that shit went to crap.
I
It
hear you.
was straight garbage. So if you want to preserve your split screen play and you're a retro fan, you're gonna have to fork up the money for an upscaler to play on your high definition TV.
It just saddens me because I actively got to see this happen back in the day because I realized, okay, Need for Speed Underground has 4 player split screen.
Mm-hmm.
The Underground 2 has 2 player split screen.
Yes.
Then Most Wanted and Carbon also had 2.
Right.
And then the one after that didn't have any.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Is it like we just jumped from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 and now suddenly we can't do split screen anymore? Besides the fact that we have stronger hardware.
Yeah, that's again. Everyone just jumped on the whole online shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it boiled down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was just sad.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for like the quality of their racing games just going downhill after a while, that
Mm-hmm.
that was a nail in the coffin for me because now nobody wants to play racing games anymore. Nobody
Right.
wants to sit around and have it be two players when the four of us like racing games.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I mean, I still like my occasional racing games here and there, but I'm very picky
Like
when it comes to
I
racing.
just go to that as my particular topic. Like that's also a thing that plays shooters now. Overwatch doesn't have split screen as far as I know.
Damn, he said, yeah, now friends ignore you online. Well, yeah.
Right?
Just like how it is in real life. Motherfuckers be like, yeah, man, I want to come through. I'm come over. Right, yo, I'm going to call you. They see your number pop up. I'm like, I ain't talking to this motherfucker. You kidding me? I've done that a couple times. I was on my lazy man shit, but I'm honest with people now. Like, if I fucking physically can't do it, I can't do it. That's
Yo.
just it.
I'm sending you that party invite. Why are you not taking that party invite? I see you online. You was online 12 minutes ago. Don't go suddenly invisible. I know you reading this.
Yup. Yup. People just sit there and ignore that shit. Or same thing like when
Oh,
you
now
get a
you
text
blocking me.
message.
Okay, I'm gonna see you.
Yup.
now,
Yup.
now you're not letting me into your house. All right. I see how you feel.
Yup. Same thing with text messages now, bro. They got updated to the point where you see fucking people typing with the text stamp of when
Yeah.
they sent the text and if you read it or not. People be playing themselves because you could turn it off. There is a feature like I turn it off because I don't want nobody fucking know what the hell I'm doing. But there are people out there that strive on is like, yo, nigga, I texted you at 1:50 in the fucking afternoon. Like, where the fuck is my goddamn text back? Yo, I know you seen the shit and said that you received it and you read it. So I know you seen what I had to say.
Yeah, and I'll reply back to you when I can reply back to you, or when I want to reply back to you. What it is.
Damn! He threw that shit under the bus. He said like Alex asking you to come play Warframe. Damn! But he's just kidding though. But yeah, local multiplayer would be kind of cool to still have around if they took the time to implement it. But again, they have to do a lot of resizing, and I think they don't want to take the time to fucking do that.
Right, and I remember that being the thing of why well, besides the fact that it's Ubisoft, and I've never had good experience with Ubisoft in the last 10 years, was the reason why I did get For Honor. Because they said it was going to have split screen. Alright. Oh, by the way, there's no split screen. Alright, I'm not buying this.
For Honor is still a good game, like if you're playing by yourself. But when you take it online, it's like all this weird shit.
Yeah, but I would have wanted to do the split screen.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did have people that said they wanted to come through to play it. If I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's like, okay, now I'm still not seeing you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my story with that. And that's just the newest game to say that it has split screen and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I believe, shoot, there was another game that said it was going to have split screen, but it was way before. I can't actually remember right now. And then, of course, there's just games that, like, have split screen this time, and then suddenly it's just a feature that's gone.
Right.
In general, that's a problem playing in a lot of video games. There's features that's gone for no reason whatsoever. That's not particularly like, oh, it's a story thing that's no longer here, or like it's going to be DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Dead Rising, the traditional gameplay of Dead Rising in Dead Rising 5, I think, or 4 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That is something you have to get as DLC. It's not something built into the game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like an extra difficulty now to make the game like how it traditionally is, and have the easier gameplay as easy mode or something, or casual mode that some games do now. It's just gone. It's DLC later down the line, and they pay for it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just this problem now where things you grew up with are changing in ways that are sometimes not always for the better. Sometimes the quality of things just get worse.
Right.
And like going back to Street Fighter, my thing is like I see this game just improve and improve. That is good. However, none of the improvements are going to shake the fact that at its base, it was still poor.
Mm-hmm.
It will never lose that it was this. It was that. The
Yeah.
network was this. Unless there's some like revisionist history thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it just appalls me that you've been doing Street Fighter and fighting games in general for 30 years plus.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world did you bring a product out? You got 30 years of experience.
Different people, though.
I know it's different people, but that's the same problem that I have with like a Toyota goes off the road because the handbrakes is no longer working.
Yeah.
Like there should just be a formula of how building a car works.
I mean, they do have a structure of how games supposed to be done, but some people come up with different styles, different methods. They try to move on to like a new generation of shit. Sometimes that's not always the best method.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that, new generation.
And so
New generation.
it is what it is right now. Hopefully we can get some more fixes in the future. So far, I'm seeing a lot of devotion right now with SNK. They're trying to really bring back and revitalize the SNK series as it was a long time ago. They really are making the effort for it.
They have a long way to go to prove themselves, and so far they're making all the correct marks with people. People don't really have any general complaints aside from that the game doesn't look all that good, despite the fact that SNK has never done a 3D game in their lives. They've always outsourced. Their first 3D game, like for somebody that's making their first HD game as an actual business, not bad. It's not bad. The game runs well, it plays well, and for it to be just on the issue of the visual spectrum, that is one of the lower points for people when it comes to a fighting game, at least. As long as people can see what they're hitting and have a visual indication of what a thing is, they're generally fine. And the game hits all those specific marks. And yes, Sleepy Jim, it is money. It is definitely money. There is just so much effort needed to be placed on these HD games now, despite the fact that we've been in the HD genre for years now. And you still need to pay people. You still need to keep the cost of the game down, despite the fact that like the game still may be $60 at launch, but it's still so much to make in general. It's not, unless the game stop being so inflated, it's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse if it continues this way.
Right.
I'm actually kind of worried about that by the time Live and Xbox, whatever. 24, I care. And I hope that we're not seeing games being made consistently in that like $18 million level, like how Call of Duty is. And like honestly, it may be just me, but I don't see $18 million quality in a Call of Duty. I don't know how they get their budget so high to do things that look generally like something that they should be doing all the time anyway. Maybe it's just me.
And people have their own ways, their own methods, their own likes, their own differences.
I'm actually curious how much Mass Effect Andromeda costs.
Mm-hmm. That's something.
How many millions of dollars you spent on the facial animation and walking cycles? That interests me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have any closing remarks on this topic?
Nah, I definitely don't.
Alright, well, at the end of the day, for me, it is just sad that split screen is going away so much. Maybe it's because people really just are really content nowadays with just playing online. Me, personally speaking, not. Maybe it's because I come from a different generation. But I enjoy having those uh times with my family of sitting down with my nephew nowadays, or sitting down with what was my uncle or my older cousin or a family member's boyfriend, and just playing the game, playing with my friends, playing with my family, and that's gone. Like the LAN parties, that stuff is just gone to me, and I don't know if people still do that stuff, but I hope they still do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not just cons that do the LAN parties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sleeper Gym AAA stuff is development wise, and I played a ton of what is B-rated games or indie development games that run pretty well, look pretty well, have a decent storyline, or have decent gameplay, and was just overall a fun game. So AAA should always mean that you have to make literally a AAA budget game. AAA should just mean the quality of the game.
Right.
I mean,
That's true.
uh, it's compared a lot, but look at the film industry. How many movies have you seen are considered indie movies where it was made on a budget, or it was a great film that had a really small budget tied to it compared to the other film next to it that is in the same genre and is made by probably the same company but with a larger budget, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Budget should be the quality of your game.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I think it should equate to how much time and effort you put into it. If you need more man hours, if you need more days to do the thing, that is what your budget should amount to. Not like just okay, we did this sort of graphical work. The budget should be going to like making engines, but everybody's using the same engine. The games are looking all the same because of it.
Yep.
It's only when you find somebody like Arc System Works, where they took the Unreal Engine and made it into Guilty Gear. I still don't understand how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I swear it's something else, but it's not.
Right.
But it is what it is, and as long as people are content with that, it's going to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my closing remarks on it.
Okay.
And I think this show can come to a close now. I think we have just about everything done. So thank you, Tyler Stevenson, and Denny Von Doom. I'll have to thank him on your stream because I don't recall if you actually watched this.
I don't think that he does, but if anything, I will thank Denny Von Doom within Discord because I have him on Discord.
Okay.
So, I hit him up and I'll tell him to look out for this episode.
Yeah, people, tell us what you think about what happened to the player, as well as what fighting games or games in general, just what you want to see revive, what was near and dear to you.
Right.
And tell us about your history with the beta. I'm curious to see how how it is for everyone else.
Yeah, it might be different towards different people now because, like I said, they updated the beta twice since I played it. I will not be going back to it. I don't see the point. I have other things to do and play, so.
Yeah, and the much cooler parts about the beta has already been seen. The Zangief moves,
Mm-hmm.
the uh, the stage transitional stuff or stage animation work,
Right.
and obviously people are going to be testing out their character. So we don't really have to talk about that. People know where to go to get
Mm-hmm.
that information anyway. And
Mm-hmm.
also, people, tell me what characters you're interested in for KOF. Like, what are the characters that you wanted to see, or which ones are you interested in playing now that we see all four?
Right.
So, with that, I'm going to thank Sleepy Jim for talking to us. Let's see who else do we have here. Unvexed Senpai as well. He was here earlier.
Yeah, he must have
So,
dipped out.
it is what it is. He could always figure it out a way.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you anybody that has been watching Hear Me Out, seeing that the videos itself have been going up in numbers for the viewership. So I thank you for that, even if you're not leaving any comments. It would be nice to see comments, because as you can see, I do read the comments section from day to day, usually from Friday to Sunday, and I checked it today just to make sure. And as you can see with Denny Von Doom, with Tyler Stevenson, I do take your comments into consideration here. So please do leave a comment for the show.
Yeah.
And for anyone that is new around here, that may see this later on from the videos on Twitch, as you can see down below, that is our Facebook, our Twitter, our Twitch channel, and our YouTube account. So if you have anything to say to us in particular, you can use that. If not, you can contact Nelson himself. His Twitch channel is Yugi Kitsuki, as you see there.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, well, you don't have to worry about that. I'll usually get it from someone else anyway. And I use the YouTube channel to take a look as well. I don't think I have to say anything else besides the fact that this has been sponsored by Fullscreen. So, so with that, I am just going to end this little tangent I'm going on and be off.
Alright, guys, thank you for watching episode 13 of Hear Me Out, featuring myself, Mugen Kitsuki, as the streamer and the founder of this episodic thing, T-Risk. The topic was gaming revival. We did a lot of subtopics. Hopefully you guys come back to next week. Again, if there's any issues or latencies or delays, it's best if you follow the Twitch or the Twitter or the Facebook or the YouTube. There'll be somewhat of an announcement or a comment within those guidelines, and you guys will know what's going on if there is a schedule change. So with that being said, we're going to cut this off. So we'll see you next week, Wednesday, same time, same place, 11 a.m. or 7 p.m. For now, peace.